We do it because we're wired to seek approval, to avoid conflict, and to fit in. But here's the truth. Being soft with everyone is not kindness, it's a disservice to yourself and to others. The real question is, what happens when we stop trying to please everyone? When we choose to set boundaries, to speak our truth, and to take a stand, we become not just stronger individuals, but more authentic leaders. Being soft isn't compassion. Compassion is about understanding the depth of someone's struggle, not enabling their weakness. So why are we still holding back? Today, we're going to explore why it's time to stop being soft to everyone and how doing so will change the course of your life forever. Does this tone and structure work for you? Too often we choose comfort because it feels safe. It's easy to stay in familiar environments, avoid challenging situations, and maintain the status quo. But what happens when comfort becomes your default setting? You stop growing, you stop pushing boundaries, testing your limits, and reaching your full potential. Comfort is a barrier to growth because growth happens outside of what's familiar. When you prioritize comfort, you avoid the discomfort that is necessary for progress. Growth requires risk. It requires stepping into the unknown, facing challenges, and experiencing failure along the way. These are not comfortable experiences, but they are the very experiences that build resilience, strength, and wisdom. By choosing comfort, you're telling yourself that staying safe is more important than becoming your best self. You're telling yourself that fear of failure is bigger than the potential for success. And every time you do that, you choose stagnation over progress. If you want to grow, you must first make the decision to step into discomfort. Whether it's taking on a new responsibility, having a difficult conversation, or facing your fears, the willingness to embrace discomfort is the first step toward transformation. It's easy to stay in your comfort zone and avoid the difficult conversations or tasks that could lead to personal growth. But growth isn't about avoiding challenges. It's about leaning into them, learning from them, and using them as stepping stones to the next level. Prioritize growth over comfort and watch how your life begins to change. Setting boundaries is often viewed as a form of self-preservation, but it's much more than that. It's an essential practice for maintaining your mental, emotional, and physical well-being. When you allow others to cross your boundaries, you end up giving away pieces of yourself. Whether it's time, energy, or your sense of self-worth, each time you fail to set a clear line, you lose something valuable. Boundaries are a way to protect your peace and ensure that you are able to show up fully in your own life without being drained by the demands of others. People who struggle to set boundaries often find themselves overwhelmed, overcommitted, and exhausted. They're constantly saying yes when they should be saying no, and as a result, they're left feeling resentful and depleted. In order to honor your own needs, you must learn to say no to the things that don't align with your values or priorities. This doesn't make you selfish. It makes you responsible for your own well-being. Setting boundaries also helps to establish respect. When you draw a line, you show others how to treat you. You demonstrate that your time, energy, and emotions are valuable, and you won't tolerate being taken for granted. This isn't about being rigid or unkind. It's about being clear and firm about what you will and won't accept. Establishing boundaries is a sign of self-respect and creates a space where healthy relationships can thrive. Without them, it's impossible to maintain balance in your life or to protect the energy that fuels your growth and success. Embracing discomfort is one of the most powerful decisions you can make for your growth. It might sound counterintuitive, but discomfort is where transformation happens. Whether it's facing a challenge, taking on a new project, or confronting your deepest fears, discomfort signals the presence of something that requires your attention and effort. It's not something to avoid, but something to lean into. So, the more you embrace discomfort, the more you expand your capacity for greatness. Growth doesn't happen when things are easy. It happens when you push yourself beyond what you thought was possible. The process of discomfort forces you to develop new skills, adapt to new situations, and expand your limits. Each uncomfortable experience you face teaches you something valuable, whether it's resilience, patience, or a new perspective. If you constantly avoid discomfort, you're limiting your potential and avoiding the lessons that come with overcoming difficult situations. The discomfort you feel is not a sign of failure, but an indication that you're moving towards something greater. It's a reminder that you're pushing past your old boundaries and entering new territory. This is where growth lives. The challenge is in the decision to push forward when you feel fear, resistance, or uncertainty. By choosing to embrace discomfort, you're choosing progress. And every time you choose discomfort, you're one step closer to becoming the person you're meant to be. Kindness is often mistaken for softness, but they are not the same thing. Being kind doesn't mean allowing people to take advantage of you, nor does it mean constantly accommodating others at the expense of your own well-being. True kindness is about showing respect, compassion, and understanding, but also about maintaining your own boundaries and integrity. Softness, on the other hand, is about avoiding confrontation, letting things slide, and choosing comfort over standing firm. When you are kind, you are empathetic to others' needs and struggles, but you also recognize when it's necessary to challenge them or hold them accountable. Softness doesn't allow for growth, either yours or theirs. By always being soft, you inadvertently enable negative behaviors, set unhealthy precedents, and create an environment where no one can learn or evolve. Kindness, however, encourages positive change and teaches others to respect both themselves and you. Being kind requires strength. It's easy to be soft and avoid difficult conversations, but it takes courage to be kind when it involves saying no, setting limits, or addressing difficult truths. Kindness doesn't mean letting people walk all over you. It means understanding when to step up and when to let go. In the long run, being genuinely kind creates stronger, more authentic relationships and fosters an environment where growth, respect, and mutual understanding can thrive. So be kind, but don't confuse it with being soft. Seeking approval from everyone can be a trap that keeps you stuck in a cycle of self-doubt and insecurity. The need for external validation may seem harmless at first, but over time it erodes your self-worth and forces you to prioritize the opinions of others over your own truth. When you constantly seek approval, you give up control of your own narrative. You let the expectations of others dictate your actions, decisions, and even your sense of identity. And the truth is, you will never be able to please everyone, no matter how hard you try. People's opinions are shaped by their own experiences, beliefs, and biases, which are beyond your control. When you place your happiness in the hands of others, you make yourself vulnerable to disappointment and rejection. And when you base your worth on their approval, you will never feel truly confident or secure. Instead, focus on building self-approval. Trust your instincts, believe in your abilities, and validate yourself based on your own values and standards. The more you let go of the need for external validation, the more freedom you will experience. You will be free to make decisions that align with your true self, not with the expectations of others. In the end, self-approval is the only approval that matters, because it's rooted in who you truly are, not in what others think of you. Real growth doesn't happen without tough decisions. It's easy to follow the path of least resistance, to do what's comfortable, and to avoid the hard choices that require you to confront your fears or change your habits. But if you want to see significant growth in your life, you have to be willing to make decisions that push you beyond your comfort zone. Growth requires sacrifice, courage, and the willingness to step into uncertainty. Tough decisions force you to evaluate what really matters. They challenge your beliefs, test your limits, and force you to choose between short-term comfort and long-term success. These decisions often feel uncomfortable, and they might even cause temporary pain or discomfort. But in the long run, they are the decisions that will shape your character, expand your potential, and lead you to a better version of yourself. When you avoid tough decisions, you delay your progress. You stay stuck in patterns of mediocrity, afraid to break free and take the risks necessary for personal evolution. The more you shy away from tough decisions, the more you avoid growth. But the moment you start making those hard choices, you open the door to new opportunities, new lessons, and new possibilities for growth. Don't shy away from the tough decisions, embrace them, because they are the gateway to becoming the person you are meant to be. You can't pour from an empty cup. If you're constantly giving to others without taking the time to replenish yourself, you'll eventually burn out. Too many people make the mistake of thinking that self-care is selfish, when in reality, it's essential for sustaining your energy, focus, and ability to serve others effectively. Prioritizing yourself isn't about neglecting others. It's about ensuring that you have the strength and capacity to give when it matters most. Investing in yourself is not a luxury, it's a necessity. Whether it's taking time to rest, learn new skills, or focus on your physical and mental health, you must make yourself a priority if you want to maintain balance and continue progressing. When you take care of your own needs, you show up better for the people around you. You become more present, more effective, and more able to handle life's challenges. Without investing in yourself, you will have nothing to give when others need you. Self-investment doesn't always require grand gestures. It can be as simple as taking a moment for yourself each day, setting aside time for your personal goals, or saying no to things that drain you. The more you prioritize your own well-being, the more you'll be able to contribute to the world around you. And remember, the better you take care of yourself, the more you'll have to offer others, creating a positive cycle of growth and support. Enabling behaviors that hold people back may seem like a form of kindness or compassion, but in reality, it does more harm than good. When you allow someone to repeatedly avoid responsibility, make excuses, or fail to face the consequences of their actions, you're doing them a disservice. Instead of helping them, you're allowing them to stay in a cycle of mediocrity. And worse, you're reinforcing the idea that they don't need to change or grow. The most supportive thing you can do for someone is to hold them accountable. This doesn't mean being harsh or unsympathetic. It means setting clear expectations, challenging their excuses, and encouraging them to rise to their potential. When you enable someone, you rob them of the opportunity to develop the skills and resilience needed to face life's challenges. You prevent them from learning the lessons that will ultimately lead them to growth and success. And while it might be uncomfortable, tough love is often the most compassionate response. It's the recognition that sometimes people need to face their own struggles in order to grow. By setting boundaries and refusing to enable negative behavior, you give others the opportunity to step up, take responsibility, and learn from their mistakes. Enabling only keeps people stuck. Holding them accountable pushes them toward progress. Leadership is not about being liked, it's about being respected. If you lead out of fear of rejection or to please others, you will never create the lasting impact you're capable of. True leaders understand that their role is not to make everyone happy, but to make the right decisions, even when they're difficult. Leading with integrity means doing what is right, not what is easy. It means having the courage to make unpopular choices and stand firm in your values, regardless of how others might react. When you lead with integrity, you set a clear example for those around you. People are drawn to leaders who are consistent, who make decisions based on their principles, and who are unafraid to stand up for what they believe in. It's not about being perfect or always having the right answers. It's about being real, transparent, and accountable. When you lead with integrity, you earn the respect of those who follow you, and you create an environment where honesty and trust can thrive. Leading out of fear of rejection, on the other hand, only undermines your authority. It creates confusion, builds resentment, and leaves others unsure of where you stand. People need clarity and direction, and if you're constantly wavering or seeking approval, you won't provide that. To lead effectively, you must be grounded in your values and committed to making the tough calls when necessary. Respect isn't earned through being liked. It's earned through consistency, authenticity, and courage. Resilience is what the world rewards, not softness. In a world that constantly tests your limits, it's not the ones who shy away from challenges who succeed. It's those who face adversity head-on, adapt, and keep moving forward. Being resilient doesn't mean never feeling pain or fear. It means acknowledging those feelings and choosing to keep going anyway. It's the ability to bounce back from setbacks, learn from failure, and maintain your focus on your long-term goals despite the obstacles in your way. Softness might provide temporary comfort, but it won't help you in the face of real challenges. When things get tough, softness will make you want to quit, to retreat, to seek easy solutions. Resilience, however, keeps you grounded. It encourages you to dig deeper, to find strength you didn't know you had, and to continue pressing forward with determination. Resilient people don't give up when things get hard. They find new ways to adapt and keep progressing. The world rewards those who don't fold under pressure, those who have the mental fortitude to face challenges, learn from them, and come out stronger on the other side. Resilience doesn't mean avoiding pain or discomfort. It means embracing it and using it as fuel for growth. When you choose to be resilient, you choose to stand strong in the face of adversity and turn every setback into a setup for success. In life, it's easy to choose comfort, to stay soft, to avoid conflict, and to seek constant approval of others. But if you want to truly grow, you must stop being soft to everyone. Growth doesn't come from staying in your comfort zone. It comes from challenging yourself, boundaries, and embrace discomfort. It comes from leading with integrity, holding others accountable, and most importantly, prioritizing your own well-being. The road to greatness isn't paved with ease, it's paved with tough decisions, uncomfortable moments, and moments of resilience. When you stop enabling behaviors that hold you and others back, when you choose growth over comfort, and when you start leading with strength and authenticity, you unlock your true potential. So don't be afraid to make the tough choices. Don't shy away from the discomfort that leads to progress. And don't mistake kindness for softness. Be kind, but be firm. The world doesn't reward softness. It rewards resilience, strength, and the courage to do what others won't. It's time to stop being soft to everyone and start showing up as the strong, resilient, and authentic version of yourself that the world needs.